What? Flutter bug. What? What bug move do you get? YouTube, today we're going to be using a brand new team, and this team features a Grassy Seed, Iron Defense, Scary Face, Steelix alongside some pretty fun Pokemon. But if you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It does help me out. You want to check out the creator and their YouTube channel, very well known for the Giratina team we've used on this channel, Geomancy Smeargle back in the day. Make sure you go check them out down below in the description, and you can grab the rental code on your screen here. But let's get started and play some games. Charizard, Grimmsnarl, Groudon, Incineroar, Regieleki plus Yveltal. Isn't this the... I mean, there's probably like a lot of these six, but the one I remember isn't this the team that Wolf used to get rank 1 on the ladder? I can't remember what the original sets were, other than like it was a very fast Groudon, I believe. Okay, what do I exactly want to go here? Because it's not exactly super easy dealing with the Charizard yet. I mean, yeah, there's quite a few factors here. I do like probably Eleki quite a bit here. I like Kyogre. I actually don't like Dialga because it is against the Yveltal, which I think is in the Sulva set, which isn't really good for me here. Yeah, and Charizard and Groudon, of course. So not really many great picks for me here. I think it's probably like Eleki, Steelix, Kyogre, and Rillaboom. I think those are probably the ways to go here. I'm going to probably lead Eleki plus Kyogre, because I might have to against this kind of like Charizard team. It's like Charizard's just way too problematic otherwise. I don't know if they're gonna lead. If they lead Eleki plus Charizard, we're gonna have a really tough time. But let's just stick with the plan right here, I guess. Let's just see here, because oh boy, there is so much that could go wrong in this game, and I mean absolutely wrong. Let's figure it out, because it's not an easy game whatsoever. I'm hoping that if they do lead Charizard plus Eleki, I have an idea of what I want to commit to, but hopefully we don't have to. Yveltal plus Grimmsnarl is definitely an interesting lead here. It's a very passive one, so I'll gladly take this. Okay, so they lead Yveltal plus the Grimmsnarl. Unless they change the sense like an offensive Yveltal, I'm thinking Electrode plus Water Spout's a pretty okay position. Like, they just don't have the best answers here. They could go in a Groudon Light Screen up, which I think is very fair here. But yeah, I am going to go for the Electrode and Water Spout immediately, because I do want to damage on both of these Pokemon if they stay in. And if the Groudon does come in, so be it. Water Spout, I do get some decent damage off. I could Dynamax the Kyogre the next turn. I get some pretty big chip into both right here. So yeah, let's just go for it immediately. And yeah, I don't know what else that they can really accomplish. They don't, other than Groudon, they don't have a good switch here, so we'll see. And this is really good for me, because this means that it can't be Regieleki Charizard with the Groudon combination. It has to be like 2 out of the 3 right here, which is a lot easier to deal with than the others. So yeah, I'm very happy about this position right now. I think they probably expected a Dialga lead here, and oh, fake out. Was that on the original team? I don't think it was. Electrode going to come out into both Pokemon here. Not bad damage onto both right here. Okay, I do lower the speed on that Yveltal, which is pretty big here. And we're probably going to see a Snarl right here. Yeah, okay. Fake out Grim. Not a pleasant one to deal with. Okay, that is not a pleasant one. All right. I would probably... do I Eerie Impulse here? Probably. I don't know if this is Sucker Punch. I think Eerie Impulse is a pretty safe play, because as long as Eleki's around, because I don't want to go Rillaboom just yet. Rillaboom doesn't seem like a really good position, so I think I'm just going to click a Water Spout here and a Eerie Impulse to lower that damage on the Yveltal. Light Screen's going to come out. I don't know if this is Sucker Punch or not. We'll see if it did. Oh wait, no, Sucker Punch would have went off. So this is probably Snarl again. I am able to get an Eerie Impulse into the Yveltal. Okay, as we are going to get a Water Spout off for some chip damage into both right here. So oh, we got a big crit on the Yveltal. That's a nice crit there on the Yveltal. Okay, gladly take that. A Snarl going to come out once again, but we should be able to tank this with both Pokemon pretty easily. Yeah, nice. We're reducing that damage on the Kyogre as much as we can, so we can prepare for the Charizard. The Yveltal's a lot lower than I would have expected, so this ends up really working out in my favor right here. I think we're going to go a Rillaboom for the Eleki slot, and we're going to go out into our Steelix right here. We're going to reveal our Pokemon. We're going to get the Grassy terrain up. We're going to get some healing done. And then afterward, our Steelix can kind of put on some pressure, I think. With the Iron Defense set, we could just Iron Defense pretty safely. against the Groudon. The only thing I'm really worried about is, again, a Charizard endgame. We still have our Kyogre in the back, which is still pretty big, and we have an Eliki, which is still pretty solid against my opponent's team. We will go for the retreat here. I wonder... the big question is, what are your back Pokemon? Because that's going to be the big one right here. I mean, I'd imagine it has to be Charizard, or they don't have a good way to beat the Steelix right here. We're going to see Oblivion Wing going to come out. Please tell me that's into the Steelix slot. Yes. Okay, perfect. I was about to say that wasn't the Steelix slot. Could have been a little bit confusing, but yeah, that's perfect right there. Able to get the right slot here. We're going to see a Spirit Break come out, probably turning down the Eliki. No, it's in the Steelix's too. So Steelix, fantastic swap right there, as they really want to get some health back and lower the Kyogre's damage output. But yeah, right now, we're in a fantastic position with Steelix. Steelix right now can go for a Grass. I can go for a Grassy Glide in the Yveltal, pick up the knockout into the Yveltal, I'm pretty sure. And we set up a... I mean, the only problem is that they reflect here. I don't think we actually knock out the Yveltal, but I really want to go for the Grassy Glide. I mean, this is where the min speed really becomes kind of strange here, because I would have really liked to always KO the Yveltal, but I might have to go for a Fake Out here, because I really want to click Grassy Glide too, but I think Fake Out's the way to go. I think I have to Fake Out. I'm going to Iron Defense here with the Steelix. Let's see if the Yveltal retreats or if it stays in, but we're going to see the Grimmsnarl retreat here. Incineroar coming out. Okay. Huh. So Incineroar, no Groudon. Wait, no Charizard. I mean, it has to be Groudon in the back then. Very interesting brings here. Fake Out going to come out into the Yveltal. How are they beating the Steelix is my question. Iron Defense going to come out from the Steelix, and I don't see how they're breaking through the Steelix right now. This Steelix is looking super demonic for them. And I mean super demonic for them. Okay, I don't know what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna go for a double protect. They could, if they really want to make a play, Fake Out and Oblivion Wing their own Mon to get some healing back. But yeah, this has worked out amazingly. I mean, that crit obviously has put us in a way better spot than we should have been. But I mean, regardless, like the Steelix just seems super difficult for them to handle with what they brought. Like, I don't know how they're counterplaying it. Yveltal's gonna retreat, which makes a lot of sense here, into the Grimmsnarl. Okay, makes sense. And Trick doesn't affect me at all, basically, at this point, because Steelix is always just going to be slow. Iron Ball doesn't affect it. Lagging Tail doesn't affect it. We are just going to go for the double attack here, and then we can Body Press the Incineroar slot if we want to. A Parting Shot is going to come out into the Rillaboom. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Rain stops. Not that big of a deal. Do I need Eliki as much? Probably not, now that I think about it. Yeah, Eliki is really not that helpful here. Do I want to Iron Defense again, or do I just want to Body Press? I kind of do want to just Body Press. I'm at +3. I have like a lot of health right here. So I think they are going to Parting Shot here. I do kind of just want to go hard into Eliki. I might as well just get a little bit Grassy Terrain healing, and I'm just going to go for the Body Press, which is huge into Incineroar. I think they're probably just going to go for a Reflect here and a Parting Shot, which I would not be surprised about. They can't Burning Jealousy burn me either, which is really nice because of the Steelix moving slower than the Incineroar. Oh, they have Fake Out, right? So they could go for Fake Out. That's fine. They go for Parting Shot into my Eliki. Still a pretty strong position regardless. Like, I really don't think this is that bad of a position, because like no matter what they're doing, it's not really helping them. I can also Scary Face their Groudon if it's a Solar Sense Groudon, which I think it is, but not 100% certain right here. We are going to see the Groudon come out here. No reason to Dynamax the Steelix. I think we're just going to go for that Body Press, get some damage off, because if they Dynamax the Groudon, I still get some pretty big damage into it. I really don't need Eliki for the remainder of this game. So yeah, I think I just go for a Thunderbolt here into the Grim and just start wearing it down. I don't think I want to risk my Rillaboom ever. So I think this is always the play. Yeah, we're going to go for Body Press into the Groudon right here. It puts in range of Grassy Glide probably coming up. We're going to see the Reflect come out from the Grimmsnarl and Precipice Blades maybe. A Thunderbolt going to come out into the Grimmsnarl. Very, very okay damage. Source Dance does come out from the Groudon, which is not too surprising. Okay, and Body Press should still do a very solid amount to the Groudon. And we still have a Kyogre. Like, the thing is, Kyogre is still really strong in this endgame right here. So, a really, really heavy damage into that Groudon. That is some very nice damage right here. Okay. So, my only problem is the Groudon's actually kind of fast here. So, I think, I mean, the problem is I don't remember if this is White Herb or if this is Citrus Berry on the Groudon. Because if it's White Herb, Scary Face doesn't change anything. Steelix should be able to survive one attack here, which is pretty big. I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt into the Grim slot. And I think I always just body press the Groudon once again, because if they really want to go greedy with another one, then I should be fine. And they're going to Dynamax. Okay, this makes sense here. I don't know. +2 Quake from Groudon, +3 Steelix. This is going to be one heck of a turn. I'll definitely tell you that much. So Groudon is going to Dynamax right here. I wonder if we can put in range of Grassy Glide. I mean, the Groudon's still a little bit of an issue, I suppose. We're going to get a Thunderbolt off into the Steelix slot, or into the Grimmsnarl slot, so extra damage. We're going to see the Max Quake be fired off into the Steelix, I want to imagine, because you're never targeting the Eleki, I think, in that position. Yeah, like, we actually eat up that Quake pretty well, and I mean pretty dang well. Okay. That is actually a pretty nice spot right here. Okay. And we will get a Spirit Break in Eleki. Perfect. I get the free switch, which is actually really clutch here. So Eleki goes down. I'm going to get a Body Press off into the Groudon right here. And that's just more damage. Doesn't look like it's Citrus Berry. So a Kyogre is going to come in here. Yeah, the thing is they lose the Kyogre and they lose the Steelix. So this is such a weird position for them. When we bring out the Kyogre and... Okay, this is... Probably, I mean, this is still a weird angle because I don't know where. I don't think I max here. Maxing definitely seems like a mistake. I either go for, I mean, I Origin Pulse here 100%. The question is, what am I doing with Steelix? Do I go for a Body Press into the Grimmsnarl? Because I think Incineroar probably comes in, but because it's max speed Groudon, if I'm not mistaken, on this team. So I think it's just better to go for a, no, I think it's just better to Body Press the Groudon right here. Yeah, let's just go for Body Press. They go for a Max Guard. Interesting. All right. So I Origin Pulse into the Max Guard, and it should KO the Grimmsnarl. I'm actually very surprised on that, but unless they change the ground set, maybe it's not max speed anymore, and they're really worried about a fast Kyogre, which I can definitely understand. So this ends up working out pretty well for me, actually. Yeah, that ends up working out really well for me, because I'm stalling out the Groudon's max this final turn with a Protect from Steelix, and yeah, it just seems really tough for them to actually handle. Like, at this point, I'm pretty sure that Rillaboom plus Steelix will win the game. We're going to see the Incineroar come out. Perfectly fine. We just go for Protect with our Steelix. We go for a Origin Pulse right here. And yeah, that should seal it right here. Actually, do I have to go for that? I don't have to, right? I'm pretty sure I just can Origin Pulse and Body Press. Do I? I'm pretty sure I do, because then Rillaboom comes in. I Grassy Glide to Groudon. I Origin Pulse the Incineroar. Yeah, no. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I should have Body Pressed the Incin, although it doesn't really matter. No Fake Out. Okay, so a Max Quake going to be fired off into the Steelix, which is going to be able to pick up the knockouts. It did take a +2 Groudon to 2-shot the Steelix right there. They do get special defense increase with the Incineroar, but this is still a Mystic Water Origin Pulse. I'm not expecting it to KO Incineroar, probably 90% here. An Origin Pulse is going to be fired off here. Very, very big damage. Yeah, it does actually KO the Groudon, though. And yeah, the Incineroar just barely survives here. But at this point in the game, like, I still have Dynamax. I have a Rillaboom Grassy Glide coming up. It just seems really tough for them to win. We see a Berry on the Incineroar, which I'm not too surprised here. A Parting Shot. Parting Shot's not going to affect it. Yep, Parting Shot's going to come out. This is game sealed here for me, because now I can just go for Rillaboom. Actually, is it sealed? No, it's not, theoretically. And the only reason I say that is because I keep forgetting that my Rillaboom is slower than the Incineroar, most likely because I'm in speed on the Rillaboom right here. So Yveltal going to come in, and yeah, we get to confirm the abilities, I guess, guaranteed here. But unless the Incineroar is like min speed, or like at least a pretty slow variant, like I should, yeah, this is kind of strange. But yeah, Incineroar going to come out, Rillaboom going to come out, and let's see the speed tiers. I'm pretty sure Intimidate's going to go up before the Grassy Surge, which does actually make a pretty decent impact right here. But yeah, I just go for a Dynamax with Kyogre, I think, and they just protect the Rillaboom. Otherwise, I would have just faked out. Oh, wait. Grassy Surge went before the Intimidate. Oh, so it is min speed Incineroar. Okay. Nice. Yeah, this is min speed, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, it is min speed, so their Incineroar is just slower, or I'm like really dumb and can't read. But yeah, we just go for a I guess a water spot. I don't have to max. Like, I just don't see a reason to max if I don't have to. I'll have to be speed tie, but it really shouldn't be a speed tie. Or the Incineroar just has no speed, which also could be a thing because 81 speed isn't. Yeah, 81 speed Incineroar, if it has no speed investment, is just 80 speed stats. So yeah, we are able to seal it up. Really interesting game because the early part's really passive right there. Like, it didn't look that great for us because our Kyra was taking chip, our Eliki was super weakened, but they didn't bring any of the like big threats that I was like really worried about, which was going to be their Charizard and the Regieleki. They actually left both their hard hitters behind and brought a more defensive mode right there, which actually ended up really paying out for me because Kyogre was just so good against their team at that point. And of course, the Steelix, they couldn't really break through the Steelix. The only Pokemon they had was Solar Sense, Groudon, and I guess Snarl and Yveltal does do a pretty decent amount. But yeah, overall, we were able to outpower with the, or outbulk with the Steelix, and then just out damage them because they weren't doing much damage to me, and was able to seal up a really good Kyogre endgame. Crit did help with the Yveltal, but again, I do think that the Steelix was just going to be such a big problem for them regardless, and I probably could have set more iron defenses in between and still gotten a really good amount to the Yveltal just with body press. Even through reflect is still going to do a massive amount of damage after a couple boosts. Also, we get to confirm the team right here. So it's Life Orb Charizard with Light Clay Grimmsnarl with the Fake Out as the only other option. We have the White Herb Groudon. Actually, the Groudon was pretty slow, but it is actually fun fact, it was still faster than my Kyogre by like a few points. So that's why they were scared of the Groudon, played more defensive, which makes sense. I remember, I believe the original team, the 6 that I remember at least using this team, involved a really fast Groudon right here, so definitely made a game changer. Citrus Berry on the Incineroar, yeah, it was 80 speed, so actually my Riolu outsped by 1 point, which was pretty funny. The Eliki going to be the Focus Sash set, which I could see why they don't bring the Eliki against my team, against the Dialga. I guess they were a little bit scared of it, and it's not like a Life Orb set where you can really abuse the Eliki. They definitely, I think, were preparing for the Dialga mode with like maybe Trick Room, but luckily I didn't bring it. They really want to get like stack up screens, and I think a Snarl, they probably brought Incineroar to just like switch into Max Steel Spike. But yeah, like I didn't feel like it was really necessary. Also, I was just really worried about this Charizard. This Charizard was such a big threat to me, although Heat Wave definitely made it probably a lot easier or weaker, I guess, in the matchup against me in general. But yeah, Steelix really good here. Zacian into the Calyx Shadow Rider, the Incineroar, Tyranitar, and Blastoise. Definitely some interesting picks right here, I'll definitely say that. What do I exactly want to go? Blastoise is kind of an annoying Pokemon for me to handle, but otherwise I should be okay. Is this a Moltres game? I kind of don't want to bring Moltres. Like, even though it's for the Shadow Rider, it's not really like the best. Although I do have Fiery Wrath, which could be really nice here. Fiery Wrath is nice if they lead Indeedee plus Calyx Shadow Rider, and it's like an offensive variant with Helping Hand. I could see myself bringing it just for that, but I don't know. I do really like the Trick Room though, but maybe Trick Room's not necessary. I guess it's not. A Dialga is decent, but I don't think it's like that great here, because I feel like that Dialga just gets pressured by Sacred Sword and a bunch of other factors. So I actually really like Steelix in this game. I like the Galarian Moltres. I like Kyogre, and I like Rillaboom. So I'm gonna go with the Moltres here. I think Moltres plus Kyogre is actually a pretty fair lead, or do I lead Rillaboom just so I don't get like destroyed by the Blastoise? I kind of like actually Galarian Moltres plus Rillaboom lead, a Kyogre and Steelix in the back. It's kind of weird not bringing the Dialga here, but the thing is, Dialga's matchup is just so strange to me. I guess I could just go for Quakes here, which I guess isn't a bad thing, but I feel like the other Pokemon give me better tools here with like Fiery Wrath, which I think is just really nice against my opponent's team, especially like one of the things I'm like really scared about is like an Indeedee plus a Calyx lead, which means I probably shouldn't have led Rillaboom realistically, because I don't exactly have the best switch in afterward, but I still think it's probably okay. We're gonna see Calyx plus the Tyranitar lead. Okay, that's a really unique lead right here, as I lead my Moltres and my Rillaboom right here. Okay, what the heck am I expecting here? It's just weird because this team has Scary Face on the team, and I just don't know why it has Scary Face specifically on any of the Mons. I would have really liked Wide Guard on the Steelix here for Rock Slide, but it's not a terrible lead by far. And also the Tyranitar is faster than my Rillaboom. Good to know that Tyranitar has speed investment. How much speed? What's my Rillaboom speed stat? Oh, never mind. I'm just like, I didn't realize I was a min speed Rillaboom. Okay. We want to go for a Fire Raff here, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think the Calyx probably just protects or swaps out here. But if it's a Boldo set, then it's kind of awkward. I'm just really worried about if they're like a random Boldo set. Kind of want to switch out a Steelix, actually. I'm going to protect, switch out a Steelix here. I'm going to see what they're going to go for. If they go for the Boldos, unfortunate, but still probably playable. The Steelix is still in a really good spot here with the seed. I don't think the Astral Barrage just turn one, but maybe I'm wrong. We're gonna see Dynamax T-Tar. Okay, I have to imagine then this is some kind of Boldo strat, because I don't think you would Dynamax Tyranitar without it, unless you're expecting me to Dynamax a Moltres and you want the counter response to be your Tyranitar, which I guess is fair. But let's see. Tyranitar is going to go for that Dynamax right here, and all right, what are you going for with the Calyx? I really hope it's a protect, but it looks like it's not a protect. So I think this was a Boldo, so I could have just Fire Raft there and got rid of their... Oh. That's something. Okay. That's something. Speed swap. Okay, that makes way more sense. I wish I had Wide Guard on the Steelix. Okay, I guess Dynamax to Moltres was the right play then. Huh. Although this is still realistically fine because I can go for a... Well, I'm sacking Moltres here. I'm just sacking Moltres and just protecting the Steelix. Speed swap Calyx with the T-Tar was not something I expected. If you're... I don't think it's Boldo... Are you Boldo speed swap right here? Or are you just gonna like speed swap back right here after you KO me? But I think Astral Barrage is probably pretty fair. Oh, we see the heart swap here. Okay. Into Zacian. All right. Which I don't mind. I just gotta make sure. All right. I gotta make sure that the... I just gotta make sure the Calyx is checked in the endgame. Because Steelix, sure, it's good right now, but it's... looking pretty rough right here. Max Quake gonna come out into the Moltres slot. Why? What were you reading right there? Oh, Dialga as a switch? I think my opponent expects me to bring Dialga, but I don't think that was a necessary read by far. So that works out. I guess I still have Pokemon around. Let's... Bigger Sword is gonna hurt, but not much I can do here. I think I'm just gonna get some damage off into... I guess I could scare... I guess this is where Scary Face is gonna come in handy, huh? I could Scary Face... I guess I just Scary Face the Zacian here, and I'm gonna... Actually, no. With the Moltres, I'm gonna Scary Face the Tyranitar if they try to make another really crazy overprotection. And I'm gonna go for the Scary Face into the Zacian for the Kyogre. I can't believe I'm actually clicking Scary Face. Let's find out. They go for a Max Quake. Okay, with the Grassy Seed, I'd imagine I take this very well. That took way more than oh. I was about to say, there's no way that Quake should have done that much damage right here. Great, I'm losing Steelix to the double up here, probably. Yep, I might have lived this if it wasn't for the crit, but unfortunately, that is not the world we're living in. So Steelix goes down here as we get the Scary Face off in the Tyranitar, which is now... Okay, so Kyogre is now faster than this at least. But yeah, that is not exactly what you want to see here. All right. So I'm going to go for Scary Face and Zacian, and I guess I'm just going to Origin Pulse with my Kyogre at this point. Just spam Origin Pulse a bunch over and over again. Or should I just Airstream with the Moltres now? Airstream isn't a bad play here. But of course, if the Zacian targets the Moltres, it's not exactly ideal right here. But I don't think it's like a bad play either, realistically. You know what? I think I do just go for it. I do think that the Zacian probably targets down the Kyogre slot, but let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Origin Pulse right here. And Scary Face into the Zacian. Did my opponent misclick the last turn? Did they try to Quake my Steelix? Because I feel like Quaking the Steelix probably made more sense than Quaking my Moltres at one turn. I mean, I don't know what to expect right here. I'm just going for attacks here. They do go for the Blade here. It's probably into my... Okay, that's still pretty good for me. So they Blade my Kyogre. Okay, I guess in case I Dynamax, they probably expected Dynamax then. Okay, Scary Face into the Zacian. Is this Tyranitar fast? And well, the Tyranitar should still be slower than me regardless. Origin Pulse going to come out. Are you sash? That's my question. Are you sash or do you just go down here? Or unless you're Assault Vest. No, you just go down here. Perfect. Okay. So the Tyranitar goes down. Excellent. I do get to the Grassy Terrain Healing with the Kyogre, which means unless the Calyx is Specs Speed Swap, which I'm going to be real, I don't think that's going to be the case here. I should be able to get like a Fiery Wrap plus an Origin Pulse off if Calyx comes in. And yeah, Calyx is going to come in here. So I want to say I just like outspeed. I got to double check my Moltres speed because if I'm faster than the Calyx here after +1, I definitely go for an Airstream play here. So my Moltres 150. Okay, I am. And even if they speed swap, it doesn't matter because they still have the stat drops on the Zacian. So we're gonna go for the Airstream play into the Zacian, and we're gonna go for a Origin Pulse once again. Yep. So unless this is Calyx has either Grass move. Oh, they're gonna forfeit. What? No, the game is 100% still playable. What? That's one of the most confusing battles I probably had in quite some time there. What? Okay, like you have Astro Barrage, you're faster than both my Pokemon, you can go for the crit onto Pokemon, and oh, maybe you thought like I was going to Dynamax Kyogre and just Fiery Wrap, which is a fair play, but if you switch out your Zacian, that doesn't really help me because Behemoth Blade's going to do too much, especially after you get one Astro Barrage off. So yeah, I don't know about that one. It was already really unfortunate because those first couple turns did not work out super well for me. Turn 1 could have been way worse, so if I didn't protect the Moltres, but yeah, I don't know what happened after that. I also curious on if I did live the Sacred Sword after Quake, because I feel like I probably did. Calyx, Ice Rider, Kyogre, Zapdos, Incineroar, Rillaboom, and the Whimsicott. Now, I'm trying to figure out if this is just going to be like one of those bluffed max speed Calyx Ice Riders, or do they actually have Trick Room, or is it like potentially both, which we could find out here. Definitely some interesting Pokemon for sure that we have to deal with. Our Steelix can actually go really in with our Rillaboom. Rillaboom plus Steelix actually is a decently good combination here, ironically enough. So, let's see. Scary Face. Huh. Okay. The only problem is I just don't have recovery on this Steelix other than having the Grassy Terrain. Grassy Terrain should remain on the field unless I bring the Eleki or they bring their Zapdos. Dialga, of course, is really good here. I really do like Dialga, actually, but there is a Zapdos with Eerie Impulse, which could be a little bit terrifying. I do like maybe just like leading Dialga plus Kyogre immediately, trying to pressure the Zapdos as quick as possible. And I kind of do like that. I'm going to lead with Dialga plus Kyogre, have Steelix in the back alongside the Rillaboom right here. Now, my only question is, can we need to get rid of the Kyogre. Kyogre is the biggest threat. If we can get rid of Kyogre, our matchup is so good against this team. And I mean so good against this team of Steelix. Unless the Zapdos actually has Heat Wave. Although Hurricane is also going to do some pretty significant damage because Steelix is not exactly the bulkiest Pokemon out there. So maybe I gotta pressure the Zapdos as well if it's brought. But we're going to see the Cali Ice plus the Whimsicott lead. Okay. Which is... this is all right here. It's not exactly the best lead for me, but it's not really that bad either. Now, I just don't know if there's Trick Room, if there's Helping Hands coming out. There's just quite a bit right here. Drizzle going to activate. Let's see. Do I just want to go for the Origin Pulse right here? Kinda. I do just kind of want to fire off the Origin Pulse right here. And I just realized that we're 4 attacks right here. And I think just Protect because this could be Max Quake coming up. Or do I want to go hard in a Rillaboom? I kind of like the hard Protect play. Yeah, because I don't know if they're going to target down the Kyogre guaranteed. I have no idea if they're Trick 'em or not. They're actually just going to hard Dynamax immediately, which that's an interesting option right here. I wonder what they're going to go for. I'd imagine they're just trying to like bait the Max from the Dialga right here, and maybe I could go out. I don't want to go out into Steelix and click Steel Spike because of the fact that Ogre's still in the back, but we do have Grassy Glide Pressure, I suppose, so it's not terrible. Protecting the Dialga here, hoping that they're going to go for a Quake into the Dialga here. We're going to see a Light Screen. Okay, Light Screen going to be on the field right here. Okay, Light Screen gonna show up. We do get an Origin Pulse off, which is some pretty significant damage to both Pokemon here. Okay, and we're gonna see a Max Quake does get fired off here. Who is it targeting? Is it into Dialga or into Kyogre? Gonna be into Dialga. Perfect. Okay, so we don't really take too much damage, which is fortunate right here. And yeah, this is not a bad position. Okay, it's obviously not an amazing position, but still like pretty playable. That Whimsicott though, I don't know. Okay, I do want to Ice Beam the Whimsicott. Now the question is, do I want to sack the Dialga here, which I could see myself just sacking Dialga here. It's not really too helpful. Or I could go hard into Rillaboom. Now the only problem with Rillaboom is a Hailstorm would do a ton of damage, but I really do feel like they're just going to greed the Quake, especially since I don't think they would believe me to bring Moltres in this game. And I don't know. A Helping Hand Hailstorm would be threatening, but I think Tailwind would come up here if they have Tailwind. Just risking my Rillaboom's a little bit strange because of their potential of losing to the Kyogre, but then again, I'll still have my Kyogre at least, so I think Rillaboom is okay here. Let's go Rillaboom, and let's see if I get this play right, because I'm thinking maybe hard Rillaboom's here, and then I can pivot into Steelix and yeah, take the attacks from the Calyx and stall out that Max, which I think is really important here. Ice Beam going to come out. That Whimsicott, interestingly, moving after my Kyogre, so this is probably Trick Room coming out right here, as we are going to see what? Flutterby. What? What bug move do you get? Wait, what bug move do you get? I'm so confused. Wait, what bug move? What? It doesn't get U-turn. Trick Room comes out. Okay. What? I was not expecting that one here, but okay. I think they're gonna target down my Rillaboom slot, but what the heck, man? What the heck? All right, I want my grassy terrain here. I think they're never going to target the Kyogre because Kyogre doesn't put on any pressure against them at the moment. So I'm actually going to go hard into Steelix here, get that grassy seed up, and Ice Beam the Whimsicott because I feel like they do want to threaten the Rillaboom. Rillaboom's a big threat. I don't have a good Hailstorm switch in since I don't have an Incineroar. So I'd imagine that they always just target down my Rillaboom slot here. So I might as well just go Steelix right here. And we'll find out how the rest of this game goes because what the heck, Flutterby? We're gonna see the Whimsicott retreat actually. This is not Kyogre. There is a world I actually decided to Grassy Glide there, but okay. Hard into Kyogre. They're gonna go for Flutterby again. Oh, is this into the Rillaboom slot? No, it's in the Kyogre, which actually kind of helps me because I get a free switch to Rillaboom here. Okay. Huh. This is such a weird... What is this Calyx and why is that Flutterby? Does get the Chilling Neigh boost, all right. This is kind of concerning because it's going to be coming down to some mind games right here. I do want to go out into Rillaboom because I have to pressure the Kyogre for sure with that Grassy Glide. But that Calyx is something right here. I kind of want to make a read here. I think I do want to make the read here. I mean, I don't think you should ever risk your Kyogre here. Like Grassy Glide just KOs the Kyogre and then you're in such a bad position. You could go out into Incineroar though, which is one of the things. I wish I had Wide Guard here. If I had Wide Guard on the Steelix over Scary Face, it'd be so good here because I could just Wide Guard safely here and probably just go for like a Grassy Glide. But unfortunately, I do not have that option. Grassy Glide, and I really want to either double up the Ogre slot or I want to fake out the Calyx because I think Incineroar could come out for either slot. I just don't know which slot it would come out to. I guess I'm going to fake out the Calyx, I think, and go for the Iron Defense right here. Let's risk it here. I want to see what they decide to go for, but Flutterby. Kyogre protects. Okay, really, really good here. Really, really good. Okay, perfect. So I am able to get the fake out into the Calyx slot. Nice. And I am able to get the Iron Defense set up with the Steelix. And now we have a +3 Steelix, which is a very, very, very threatening Steelix right here. Okay. Question is, can we beat this in time? Now we can Grassy Glide the Kyogre, which I think the Kyogre does want to switch out. Is my Steelix slower than Calyx? Because can I go for a Grassy Glide into the... I am faster than the Cali Ice Rider. I could go for a Grassy Glide into a Body Press here into the Calyx slot. And you know what? I think I'll go for it. I kind of want to play a little bit risky, but let's see. if it'll pay off. Yes, we are gonna see the Kaya retreat because they know that's the only answer to Steelix. They do sack the Women's God. Yeah, okay, had a feeling. No Incineroar is just really interesting here though. Grassy Glide gonna come out into the Calyx. Very nice damage, and it plus 3 body press doesn't KO from the Steelix and the Calyx. I'm gonna cry. Okay, easy KO, beautiful. Amazing knockout right there. Amazing knockout. Rain stops. It's gonna get reset, but right now Steelix has done the job. I still have my Dynamax available, and at this point Rillaboom's looking pretty good to sweep. A Light Screen wears off right here. That means Trick Room is on its last turn. It should be Kyogre coming in. Yep, Kyogre is gonna come in. We're gonna Grassy Glide that Kyogre slot always, and we're just gonna go for the body press into the Whimsicott, which revealed Light Screen and Trick Room, so it shouldn't have Protect most likely, unless they just don't have Tailwind, which definitely could be a factor here. I'm definitely going for the Grassy Glide here. I could Dynamax, but I don't think I have to. And yeah, we're just going to go for the body press. At this point, I'm like very confident that we'll just win the game with our Dialga, but we'll find out. Now, let's see. Body press into Whimsicott should easily pick up the KO. We Grassy Glide before like Whimsicott can do anything, like a Charm or something. We are going to see the Kyogre Protect, which is pretty standard right here. We are going to see what from the Whimsicott though, because this could be an important turn, I suppose. We're gonna see Charm. It does reveal Charm, so it is like a full-on committed set. Okay, Light Screen Charm is not something new on Whimsicott. We've seen it a little bit, but it's a pretty interesting playstyle. A body press is gonna come out and knock out the Whimsicott at the low HP it's at, and now we can see what the last Pokemon are. And really, I feel like this Steelix has put in so much work. It's actually crazy to me how much work this Steelix has put in. All right, what's your final Pokemon here? Is it Incineroar? No, it's not Incineroar. It's Rillaboom. Yeah, that makes sense, because if you had it, you would have just brought it out a while ago, and I mean a while ago. Okay, so is this a Dynamax Rillaboom angle? Because I'm pretty sure the G-Max move will still obliterate the Kyogre. You know what? Yeah, let's go for it. I'm protecting the Steelix. I'm going for the G-Max move into the Kyogre right here. And I'm going to try to blow back the Kyogre on. But I'm assuming maybe a fake out Water Spout, because they kind of have to have a last ditch effort. Scary Face is interesting tech on the Steelix. I don't know what's for. I would have really liked the Steelix to have Wide Guard, because if this Steelix had Wide Guard, we would have just shut down the Kyogre and the Calyx once Dynamax was over from the Calyx, because they just wouldn't be able to touch the Steelix really. Although Ice Beam and I guess High Horsepower would do a decent amount of damage, like I think we would have still been in a very good spot there. We would have had so many safe plays. But we are going to Dynamax our Rillaboom right here. Let's see, what are they going to go for? It's going to be a Protect from the Steelix. Make sure it doesn't go down to Water Spout, because Steelix probably just destroys the Rillaboom. We're going to see a Fake Out. Yep, Fake Out into the Rillaboom. Yep, we still had Max. Origin Pulse is going to come out, and I think I'll save the Steelix, although Dialga is still like a Pokemon that just wins in the back anyway, realistically. But Life Orb Kyogre. Wow. Life Orb Kyogre. I don't know if it's Trick Room or not, but I imagine it's Trick Room. Here comes a Max move into the Kyogre. Just obliterates it in. Yeah, good game, because we are 100% winning this game, because Steelix, no shot we're going to get one shot by a crit from Rillaboom, even in the grassy terrain, and then we'll be able to obliterate it afterwards. So we're going to go for, I guess, the Max Strike. So my Rillaboom's always faster, and then body press their Rillaboom and just obliterate it. And yep, looks like they're gonna go for the Grassy Glide crit into the Steelix, but look at how little damage that does. A Max Strike gonna come out into the Rillaboom on their side. Doesn't do much because we're at -2, really weak max move as well. But really, like, all I needed was Steelix around body press, going to obliterate to this Rillaboom. Oh man, that's illegal damage. That's illegal damage. It's Steelix. Really good against the Cali Ice right here. And yeah, we had a pretty solid matchup. They actually didn't really have much for my Dialga right there. I'm actually kind of surprised they just decided to max the Cali Ice right away. Sure, they got Quake and I guess Flutterby, which again, I have no idea what move that is off of, but yeah, definitely a bit surprising there. But it ended up working out. I was able to get like every single read right with the Kyogre, because their only answer to Steelix was literally the Kyogre. They had no way to touch the Steelix otherwise. So I thought, okay, they had to play defensive with the Kyogre and preserve it, otherwise they're just going to lose. And yeah, I didn't fall for like any of the traps with like Protect and the Whimsicott sack, and yeah, I was able to punish heavily the Calyx Ice Rider for the victory right there. And that is the show. Steelix. Oh man, scary face. I don't understand scary face on this team. I can understand on the Moltres, I guess, because you can like airstream with the Moltres and then scary face for like the Kyogre and the Dialga setup. But on the Steelix, I'm not sure about it. I would have really loved Wide Guard because I think Wide Guard on the Steelix would have actually gone insane. I really loved the Grassy Seed Steelix. It actually did put in a lot of work. And having that extra defense boost immediately was just really nice. Having a leftovers recovery would have been also really good, I think. I don't think I needed the Grassy Seed immediately, but the +3 body presses immediately definitely do hurt more than a +2, which is really great. Again, Wide Guard would have been amazing, but yeah, definitely fun team. If you do want to try it out, you can grab it on your screen here for as long as the code is going to be available. You can grab the details of the team down below and check out the creator down below in the description. And make sure if you did enjoy today's video to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, because it really does help me out. Check out the rest of my Series 12 content where there's a lot of cool teams and a lot of fun Pokemon. But that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, people. And until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.